Hey again everybody, it's Sydney and welcome to what I picked up in July of 2026, aka my August haul. So first of all we have 7 Seas Oversized with the Beast King Master of Medicines Volume 2 by Tatsukazu Konda, Asahi Sakano, and Momochichi. Then we've got a debut volume with Delinquent and the Transfer Student Volume 1 by Fujichika. Next is My Stepmother and Stepsisters Aren't Wicked by Otsuji, Volume 8. Then we've got a very slow releasing but very good manhwa with A Stepmother's Marchen by Orca and Spice and Kitty. Really beautiful art with this series. Then we have Titan's Bride Volume 9 by ITKZ. I'm not flipping through this because there's very explicit smut. Next is a highly anticipated release for me, which is Blue Summer Haze Volume 1 by Donderon. A BL baseball love triangle that I really enjoyed this first volume of. And that was our first Kodansha. Next Kodansha is Gachiakuda Volume 11 by Kei Rana. Then Rent a Girlfriend Volume 37 by Reiji Miyajima. Last Kodansha Oversized is You Can't Bluff the Sharp-Eyed Sister by Natsuhyuga Yoasami and Chiho Shinichi. Then we'll get into a lot of Kodamas, starting with Volume 17 of Baki the Grappler by Keisuke Itagaki. Volume 18. Volume 21 and Volume 22. I got Volume 19 and 20 right at the tail end of June, and then I got all the other ones here in July. Next is a couple oversized yen press, or these are Eyes Press with Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint Volume 11 by Sleepy Sea, Umi, and Sing Song. And The Perks of Being an S-Class Heroine, Volume 8 by Gur and Irene B. We've got One Dark Horse, which is another series I was really anticipating. The Credits Roll into the Sea by John Tadachine. Really interesting story about an older woman discovering a love for making film. Next is another release that was highly anticipated for being the final volume of a classic Korean webtoon. Or I don't know if I think it's just manhwa. I think this was before webtoon was really a thing. It might say on the back. Yeah, it doesn't say webtoon, so I don't think it was a webtoon. Anyways, this is Savage Garden Volume 3 by Hyun-Suk Lee. Really interesting romantic drama. We've got a first volume by Ayazawa, I'm No Angel, kicking off our oversized vises. This is the only oversized shoujo beat I have. I will say the story for this felt very similar in a way to Neighborhood Story. A lot of the character archetypes felt kind of similar, and the setting did as well. Then we've got a one-shot by Haru Aso, I think it's Haru Aso, Alice in Borderland Retry, and this is a one-volume compiled into one volume. It was 2 volumes in Japan. Spin-off that takes place after the events of Alice in Borderland. Then is Boys Abyss Volume 14 by Ryo Mininami. Next up is The Climber by Shinichi Sakamoto and Jiro Nita, Volume 6. Then we've got Destroy All Humans They Can't Be Regenerated by Katsura Issei and Takuma Yokota. Next is Kingdom Volume 9 by Yasuhisa Hara. Then we have the 10th volume of Rooster Fighter by Shu Sakuratani. Another highly anticipated release from the creator of Beastars, Sonda, Bloody Drip, and I don't remember the name of the one about the ghost. Oh, and Beast Complex as well. We have Taika's Reason Volume 1 by Paru Itagaki. Kind of blending her stylistic animal people with her stylistic humans. Next is another Shinichi Sakamoto with Dracula at Midnight Children, Volume 6. Of course, based on Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's a hardcover, so flipping through it's not too easy, but the art is beautiful as usual. Another hardcover release with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 7, Steel Ball Run, Volume 8 by Hirohiko Araki. Another hardcover, so flipping is a bit difficult. I'll just kind of go through a couple pages like that. Then we have Thus Spoke Rohan Kishibe, Volume 3, also by Hirohiko Araki. It's been a long time since the second volume of this series, and it's probably going to be an even longer time until the next volume. Because this isn't like regularly serialized. It seems to just be serialized whenever Araki wants to. We've got a couple of ink lore with The Makeup Remover, Volume 2 by Lee Yeon. Heaven's Official Blessing, Volume 2 by Mo Chang Tongshu and Star Ember as the adapter. It's really pretty spine. The more I read these series, the more I'm kind of interested in checking out the original source material, because I've heard it is more descriptive about the goings-on of these stories. And of course, because this specific adaptation of Heaven's Official Blessing, I believe it didn't adapt all of the novel's contents. Like, it got cancelled or ended prematurely. The last ink lore we have in this oversized format is Under the Oak Tree by P. Seomal and Suji Kim. This one's a very oversized ink lore. I think it's on the same scale as the deluxe editions that various manga publishers have been putting out in these large hardcovers. Now I'm going to get into some smaller size releases with Atom the Beginning, Volume 14 through Titan Manga. Original stories was Osamu Tezuka, but the concept for the adaptation was Masami Yuki with art by Tetsuro Kasahara. Then we've got Strange Pictures, Volume 1 by Uketsu, or the stories by Uketsu. This is adaptations by Kiko Aiba. I will say it's odd that Strange House was picked up by, I think, Seven Seas or Yen Press, but the next book in that sub-series is picked up by Titan Manga. I'm not entirely sure why that's the case. It's just odd. We've got a couple Seven Seas, smaller size with My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom, Volume 12 by Satoru Yamaguchi and Nami Hidaka. Next is Night of the Living Cat, Volume 7 by Hawkman and Mecha Roots. We've got a couple J-novel clubs, starting with Ascendance of a Bookworm, I'll Do Anything to Become a Librarian, Part 4, I Want to Save the Royal Academy's Library 4, by Miya Kazuki, Hikaru Katsuki, and Yo Shina. I know nothing about this part because I still haven't read past... I still don't know what happens past where the anime dropped off before I watched the most recent season. Then we have Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Absurd Skill, Volume 6 by Akagishi Kei, Reneguchi, and Masa. Next we have one smaller yen press with Blade and Bastard by Makoto Fugetsu, Kumo Kagyu, and Sobin. Oddly enough, I thought the first volume of this was wrapped, so I'm not sure why this one's not wrapped. Then we've got another anticipated release with yet another non-pornographic Gengaro Tagame. This is Fish and Water, and this is through Pantheon Books. Nagame is a very well-renowned male, I don't know the right term for it. We call it bara in the West, but I think that's incorrect. But essentially a pioneer in the industry in Japan for male pornographic work. Illustrated male pornographic work. Then we've got Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun, Volume 20 by Osamu Nishi. This is the only this size kodansha. Then we've got a lot of series I can't flip through with Heaven and the Hell by Heaven and the Hell by Mushiba through Futakiya. Well, it's Futakiya published through what is the company? Kinokuni, I think. Anyways, then we have Yuki and Matsu volumes 1 to 3 by Hidebu Takahashi, pardon me. Really pretty art, but I don't really think I can show it because there's explicit stuff inside. Then we've got few shoujo beat with Otaku Vampire's Love Bite Volume 8 by Julieta Suzuki. Red River Volumes 22 through 24 by Chiyo Shinohara. I think the next one's going to be the last one. I think it's going to be a foreign one, so that's interesting. Then we've got a single in this size kodama with Smile Volume 4 by Mite Hattori. Next, the only smaller size Dark Horse with Smoking Behind the Supermarket with smaller sized Square Enix with Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You Volume 7 by Jinushi. We've got a couple Shonen Jump with Ichi the Witch, Volume 3 by Osamu Nishi and Shiro Usazaki. And the last normal release for this month was the final volume of My Hero Academia Team Up Missions, Volume 8 by Yoko Akiyama, based on the story by Kohei Horikoshi. And this wraps up all of the English language adaptations of the My Hero series that we have so far. There might be other spin-offs that I'm not aware of, or one-shots on the movies, but everything that's come out so far, that's the last of them for My Hero in the US. Now I'm going to get into the stuff that I picked up that came out previously, and I'm just now getting around to picking up. We have Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicles by Clamp, Volumes 5, 6, and 4. 4, 5, and 6 would be a better way of saying that. I believe this is regarded as one of Clamp's earliest works. I don't really know much about it, but I am very interested eventually to read all of the Clamp works that are licensed over here, even if it's going to take a very long time to get a hold of all of them. Then we have a pickup by my partner, which was Chibi Vampire by Yuna Kagasaki, Volumes 1 through 7. I do wonder if he accidentally picked up. No? Okay, weird. One of them's published that way, the other ones aren't. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'll go ahead and just flip through the contents of one of them. I don't know much about Chibi Vampire. I think it was pretty well liked in the shonen sphere years ago, but I didn't really ever get into it. Next we have a release that I was supposed to pick up last year, but we never ended up doing that, with The Troublesome Ghost of Sotomura Detective Agency by Kusama Sakai. This is rated M, so I cannot flip through this. Next we have Tiger and Bunny Volumes 7 and 9 by Mizuki Sakakibara, The Planning by Sunrise, Masafumi Nishida, and Masakazu Katsura. Next we have The Earl and the Fairy, Volume 3 by Oyuko and Mizuetani, and this completes my collection of the 4 volumes of the Earl and the Fairy manga. There's a longer... The light novel is going on for much longer. I don't know if it's still ongoing, but we only ever got 4 volumes of the manga, period. And then the last thing I picked up was... Give me a minute here. It's a lot. A lot of volumes of Boys Over Flowers by Yoko Kamio. This is a very well-loved shoujo drama series. This is volumes 5 through 12, and then 17 through 19. If I have my memory correct, Yoko Kamio is the main creative force behind Love Through a Prism, which is currently airing on Netflix, and I think is getting a manga over in Japan at the moment, but it hasn't really released much of it so far. It's a series that I've always wanted to check out, and I finally was able to find some volumes at a very good price, so I decided to pick them up while I had the chance. I'm really looking forward to reading that, and then, well, I'll look forward to reading it once I actually have all the volumes, which is going to take 20 years. But that's everything I picked up this month, and I hope to see y'all again in hopefully a couple weeks for everything that I read in July, aka my August reading log. So I'll talk to y'all then. Have a good one.